Hi everyone, I'm Amy, Community Projects Officer at Macedon Ranger Shire Council. I've recorded this presentation to walk you through the Community Funding Scheme to help support your grants journey and share a few tips to help you put together a strong application. I'd like to begin with an acknowledgement of country. Macedon Ranger Shire Council acknowledges the Dja Dja Wurrung, Taungurung, and Wurundjeri Woiwurrung peoples as the traditional owners and custodians of this land and waterways. Council recognises their living cultures and ongoing connection to country and pays respect to their elders past and present. During this session, I'll run through what the Community Funding Scheme is, who can apply, what can be funded, and what happens next. The Community Funding Scheme, or CFS, is a competitive program that supports initiatives that respond to local needs, strengthen community connections, and encourages participation. So essentially, we're looking for projects that genuinely benefit the broader community. Funding is available across three main categories: the Community, Cultural and Environmental Projects Grant, up to $10,000, the Organisational Support Grant, up to $5,000, and the Small Community Infrastructure Grant, up to $12,000. Each has a different funding amount and slightly different focuses, so it's important to apply under the one that best fits your project. An example of a Category 1 community, cultural, and environmental project could be a local group running a series of workshops or events that bring people together and support community well-being. For Category 2 organisational support projects, a group could apply for funding to provide training for volunteers to build their skills and support the work of the organisation. And for the small community infrastructure category, an example could be a small upgrade to a community space like installing a ramp or improving pathways to make it more accessible. Like most amazing grant programs, there are some things that won't be funded. Projects that have already started, are ongoing or completed, commercial, political, religious, or discriminatory activities, fundraising or donation-based projects, gambling-related activities, projects that are a responsibility of state or federal government, projects held in gambling venues, supported by gambling funding, or that involve gambling sponsorships or partnerships, projects that do not support responsible alcohol consumption, or capital works on private property. Projects that also won't be funded include maintenance of council or community buildings, capital purchases such as land, buildings, or vehicles, projects that include prizes, holidays, camps or excursions, core business or operational costs, projects that duplicate existing services, projects previously funded by council or already funded through the council budget process, projects without clear evidence of community need or support, and finally, projects that are not well planned or lack required approvals. That's a long list, so if you're unsure and if there are some grey areas, please reach out to us. We're more than happy to help. To be eligible, your group needs to be incorporated or auspiced by an incorporated organisation. You will also need to be up to date with any previous grant acquittals, have public liability insurance, and meet things like child safe standards where relevant. We do check eligibility, so it's important to get this part right. The CFS program is open from the 6th of April to the 3rd of May. We'll be in touch during and after applications close to review eligibility and provide any feedback, with outcomes announced in July. This is probably the most important part of the presentation. Make sure your project clearly explains the community benefit and that it aligns with the guidelines. Strong applications are clear, specific, in the correct category, and align with the council plan priorities. And a tip from me, extra words don't get extra points. We are looking for the quality of the ideas over the length or wordiness of the application. On Council's website, you'll also find the scoring matrix, which outlines exactly how applications are assessed. This is a really helpful tool to guide your responses and understand what we're looking for in a strong application. There are also guidelines and supporting resources available online, which I'd really encourage you to review before applying. Applications are submitted online through Smarty Grants. If you haven't used Smarty Grants before, it's a pretty straightforward system. You'll just need to create an account and then you can save your application and come back to it at any time before submitting. You'll also find links to the application form, guidelines, and supporting resources on Council's website. Some final tips to help you with your application. Start early. Keep your application clear and easy to understand. Reach out if you need help and submit as early as possible so we can provide feedback if needed. We really are here to support you through this process. Thank you so much for all the work you put into your applications, and remember to reach out for support if you need. We're more than happy to help, and I really look forward to seeing your applications. Good luck.